Hello and welcome to Braintree High School here as we stream live on PCAM TV for a preliminary round matchup here in boys varsity soccer, Braintree and Cambridge Rindge and Latin School. Mike Walsh bringing the coverage here on PCAM TV as we get ready for the start of the ball game. The starters were just announced before the game. And Braintree having to face Cambridge Rindge here in the prelim round. The winner of this game would face Newton North in the first round matchup of the MIA Division I playoffs. Again, this is pretty much the first year now that we have seen the entire state divided into one tournament, which is why you're seeing so many different teams from so far away facing each other. And we are going to see Cambridge in their road white uniforms, Braintree in their home blues. And Cambridge will touch the ball first here at midfield. Winner go home game, as they all will be from here on out. And Braintree has had an up and down year. They've had a lot of ties. They've had a lot of close games that haven't gone their way, and they're hoping that the season will extend past here today. As the ball is played back to the Cambridge defense, and they will possess first. To the far side they go on the pass from Rothenberg, who receives the pass back on defense. As they work it across the field now, a little different style technique. You don't see a team generally go backwards with the soccer ball, but they wanted to here, as that one is going to be out of bounds, and Braintree's first touch will be a throw-in. Just shy of the midfield mark as Dunphy with the pass for Braintree. So we'll see what the Wamps can do here today. First playoff matchup here for any of the Braintree teams. Field hockey will also have a first round game. That'll be tomorrow. Football as well against Franklin. Field hockey team with the game against Wellesley. As this one's played back towards the midfield mark. Braintree with a lot of bodies back there playing some conservative defense. I don't know if that's a feel-out process or not, or Braintree has a scouting report on this team. But Braintree with 4 different players back as they work it down the field, looking for Julian, and the first touch now by the keeper, Peterson. Number 1 in the green jersey there, who will kick it out as we played about 40 seconds here of the first half. I think we played a little bit more than that. Must not have started the clock right away. As Braintree now will play it ahead, looking for Kearney. Strong work here by Braintree as they work for the ball, and they come away with it. So we are streaming live on YouTube as well as the BCAM channel on Verizon and Comcast. Channels 9 and 28 is this one played to the middle of the field where Braintree will look to clear, and Silva works it on a quick pass. Midfield as Cambridge looks to work it in. So Braintree back with their starting goalie, Papatanakis, back in goal. He was injured for a good portion of the regular season, and we'll see if Braintree can lean on him as a strong backbone for the defense, as this one's right to the middle of the field, and the heading opportunity is right into the hands of the keeper as he will clear it out, yelling out instruction to his teammates, and he'll send it down the field. On a hop over midfield, it takes a Braintree bounce out of the reach of Kearney on the far side, and it is out of bounds for a Braintree throw-in. So the Wamps will have their second throw of the game around the midfield mark, and the pass did not connect. Braintree fortunate that there was no foul on the challenge, and they look to work it up the field. So all different types of rules from regular season to postseason. Obviously, the biggest would be an overtime session. There would be no ties, and then it would go to penalty kicks at some point after that. So obviously a lot more to look forward to in a playoff matchup, but you have to put everything out there. You don't have a second opportunity to continue your season. So the team should leave everything out there on the field and just hoping for a good game. Two teams that are evenly matched, obviously very similar in their ranking, as Braintree was upended for a moment. That was Silva cutting across the field, who was taken down a little, but continued with the ball. .36:40 remaining here in the first half in a scoreless game. Braintree has had most of the touches here in the early going, but now it is Cambridge Rindge working it up the field. Little targeted pass by Targuff. And it's worked back to the defense again and played right forward by Rothenberg, as that one goes onto the foot of Godjam. As the Braintree defense able to hold that time. Tough play there for Canavan, who makes the play and is able to clear it. And on the far side, it's crossed to the middle of the field where Braintree will have possession. Cleared out by Silva, looking ahead for Julian. Hasn't had a touch yet, as Braintree looks to get him involved in this game. Really got to get the balls up to your star player. You're hoping that Braintree can get the ball on the foot of Julian and Carney here in this game. When games mean most, you need your top offensive weapons to really help you out. And that's what Braintree's hoping for. As we played 5 minutes into this first half, neither side with a quality scoring chance yet. Generally, playoff games are very tight contests, no matter what the seeds are, as Julian now working his way in towards the penalty area, but lost control of the ball. On the far side, it is cleared by the Cambridge defense as they work it to midfield and over the midfield mark now. As this will be Papatanakis to send it out for Braintree. So the official roster, Cambridge, Rindge in Latin, but we're just going to refer during this broadcast as Cambridge. Just make it much easier during the broadcast. They go by the Falcons. As it's played up towards Brandau. And a foul going on Braintree. Interesting call. So a free kick at the 40-yard line. And this is a spot where it could go towards the goal. So Papatanakis has to be ready in case of that event. As this one is sent towards the box, Braintree heads it away. And now Brandau will look to clear it. Cannot, though. As he goes in for the slide tackle, gets the ball first, so no foul. And Carney now works it off the defender for a Braintree throw. As Braintree slows things down a little bit, as Dunphy gets ready for his throw-in. Throws it right into the direction of Carney, who slips it back for Brandau. As Braintree works it to the middle of the field, trying to switch sides. Quick touch by Trotta. Braintree hoping that some of their experience can propel them here, as the foul will go on Cambridge right around the midfield mark with 33 minutes remaining here in the first half. Braintree hoping to make things happen. Free kick sent in towards the box off the header of Carney. Loose in front of the goal, and Braintree was offside. Brandau was back behind the final line of defense, and that gave the call to the visitors, who will send it out from their own end. So it is postseason time, MIA playoffs, and Braintree represented by 3 teams here this postseason. Football, boys soccer, and field hockey will be the 3 sports Braintree will be in postseason play with. As this one's played up the field looking for Carney, and that was close to a handball. Carney cuts it back looking for the shot, and he was defended by 4 different players. As Braintree needs a couple of attackers up there with him. He was all alone on the Braintree attack. As this one pops into the stands, and Braintree with a quick throw in. Here is Silva as he goes towards the corner and has it poked away. So Braintree will have another throw in. So Braintree will throw it in right towards the box. Carney plays it back towards the thrower. As Brandau will get a new soccer ball, and he will throw it in again. So just over 31 minutes remaining here in the first half. Braintree will have possession deep in the Cambridge territory. As this one will go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick. So Braintree really nothing offensively on a chance that you would have thought they would have gotten at least a shot on. Did not get a registered shot on goal, and a wasted opportunity for Braintree. We have not seen a substitution by either side, but see some players starting to warm up. As Braintree's able to take it away. Braintree time of possession has been all in their favor, but right now it's all about quality looks at the goal. As it's played deep down the field, and Brandau, able to stay on side as he looks for a cross, sends it to the back post. There is Julian trying the bicycle kick, and he did not make any contact. So an interesting attempt from Julian. Would have been a spectacular finish, but obviously that's a very difficult move to try and maneuver, and he wasn't able to make contact as we played 10 minutes in the opening half. So we have now seen our first substitution coming on the Cambridge side, as Carolyn has come on. And we'll see a change momentarily as the ball is out of bounds, and it will be a Braintree throw-in. Braintree's gotten all the throw-ins pretty much in the direction to this early part of this game. So a throw-in now for Cambridge, who has made a pair of substitutions at this early part of this game. As that one double deflects, and Braintree will get the call. As there's a push in the back that they let go. And Carney with a nice touch. And now he plays it in the middle of the field. First touch for Gunning, as Gunning works it over to Julian. He looks for a shot, lets it go, and pretty quality look there from Julian. He let it fire from about 30 yards out. And that's what Braintree needs to do. They need to take shots. It's never a bad time to take one. So just over 28 minutes remaining in the first half. Braintree with all of the possession pretty much here in this opening half as they look for another quality look, as this one's bent to the box and cleared out. Silva going one-on-one. It pinballs. Here's Carney, lets the shot go to the far post and didn't get much on it. So Braintree with a couple of quality looks the last minute and change, and that was their keeper Peterson, who had to be alert to it. And now you've seen Braintree's strikers getting involved. And a push going on Cambridge, which will give Braintree the ball. And it's going to be 10 yards needed here on the free kick. Brandau fires it down the field. Double deflects, and then it's cleared out. As Braintree back with it over at midfield, where it's kneed forward off the knee of Dunphy. Trapped down now as the Cambridge attack looking to get involved, as Godjam could not make it work. Played to the sideline. As Braintree now trying to clear it. And they do. Middle of the field they use. It's Braintree with a errant pass. As Gunning able to slow down the rush. 26.5 remaining here in the opening half. Still scoreless here in the prelim round of the MIA Division I tournament. Braintree and Cambridge Rindge. Mike Wassel on the call. So we are live on YouTube as well as the BCAM TV station. As Braintree with the steal. But then it was given away as Trotta was first to it. As this one in on goal and a routine stop. Down to a knee was Papatanakis to make the save. As the lights have now come on here at Braintree High School, here at Alumni Stadium. Two players rising for Cambridge. Neither could possess the ball. And then Braintree lost it. Pretty quick moving first half. Minimal stoppages, and so far, pretty good feel early. Silva with the play right on his back, able to feed it for Brandau, who cuts back and slips it all the way back to midfield. As Dunphy now would do well to switch it across the field, and they do. As Gunning now with it, as Braintree looks for the quick pass. Back up the field and some space, as this one well out of bounds. And you can see what Targuff was trying to do, but the pass was way out of the reach of Richards. Temperatures have certainly declined since the last home game we have done here at Braintree High. Be lucky if we hit 50 at any point in this game. I believe we'd be right under that. So chilly temperatures. See some players with gloves on down on the field, mostly for Cambridge. Braintree weathering the storm. Silva to the middle of the field. And Braintree works it all the way across for Mead, who hasn't had many touches, does now. And a nice move from Mead as he feeds it for Gunning, and they work it to the far side for Julian. Julian 1-on-2, has the pass knocked away. And some room up the field as he still continues. A chance here, 2-on-4. The defense all the way up the field. It's in the box and nothing there. As Braintree, for some reason, clearing it to the sidelines. They had plenty of time. And Braintree, instead of clearing it out of their own end, will have to be forced into a defensive position as they will have a throw-in against. First a substitution.
Watch the flick.
So it will be a goal kick, nothing to come from that chance. So Papatanakis getting ready as he awaits for his teammates to get in position here. As he sends it down. And it is towards the sideline, out of bounds, a Braintree possession. Cambridge trying to sell the call like it was going to be their ball, but not even close. Nearing the halfway point of the opening half. As it's headed by Trotta and up the field as Cambridge has some space. Carolyn works it back to the defense, and the pass did not work. Carney takes it away. A lot of touches here as Silva just out of the reach of Gunning as Braintree starting to open up the field. Another dangerous play, and Carolyn's going to find himself on the bench if he keeps making turnovers like that. That's 2 turnovers in the last 30 seconds. And Cambridge fortunate that Braintree has not capitalized. This is a game that can change very quickly, and it could only take one goal to win it. So everything is going to be magnified at this stage. As it goes out of bounds, Braintree will have a throw-in over the midfield mark. And a foul from behind, which will give Braintree a free kick. So Braintree with the free kick. This one sent in towards the box and off the header of Carney, right on goal. A save was made. And Braintree with a quality look off of the free kick. Julian, nice header. Middle of the field, Carney. Carney wins the ball away. Good start for Carney. He's played a good opening 20 minutes. We have not seen Braintree going to their bench at all, so showing that they want their players to continue here in this game. They like what they've seen out of the starters. Dunphy in his own end as Richards able to take it away as he goes 1-on-4. Braintree waits for some reinforcements on defense. As Braintree with a nice defensive play. Excellent work by Silva. And a chance looked like it was going to develop for Cambridge, but they didn't even get a shot off. Nell with the header. As Cambridge was looking for a foul, they didn't get it. As Julian now gets taken down and a call goes against the visitors. So you just hope that in a game like this, you just want the calls to be clean. You don't want any calls to be questionable against either side, especially inside the penalty area. I would like to see a game called that way where a team would lose on a bad call. Overrun by Cambridge as they play it to the near sideline. 19-10 remaining here in the opening half in a scoreless game. All the way up the field as Canavan waiting for his goalie. And Cambridge just let it happen. Their forward had a chance if they wanted to make a run at that ball, but Leith deciding against it. It's a long game, wanted to conserve his energy. As Carney now working it up the field, could not work past the second defender. He's close to being fouled, but play continues, and then it goes out of bounds. So Braintree will continue with the ball, and here comes the Braintree substitutions for the first time. So we will see Pacillo, one of the Braintree captains, entering into the game for the first time, along with McClory, a freshman, coming in for Brandau and Julian. Braintree with a shot attempt off the foot of Pacillo, and the save was made. Peterson has had to make some stops early in this game, but Braintree certainly happy with their scoring opportunities to this point. They've gotten a couple of good looks as it's played to the sideline and out of bounds. Braintree will have a throw-in right at their bench. Powers Lowry as he works it up the field for Richards, and Canavan with a nice defensive play as it goes out of bounds, and the throw-in will be in favor of the visitors. So Cambridge will have an opportunity here with 17.5 remaining in the first half. Off of the throw as it's played towards the box. Braintree will clear. A lot of open space, though, for a strike, and then Braintree with the block as it goes in the keeper's hands. So another strong defensive sequence by Braintree as they are able to clear it away. As this one works over midfield onto the foot of Carney. A little bit too strong for his pass to Silva. And now the middle of the field, it is given away. Far side of the field, McClory looking to track it down. And it goes out of bounds for a Braintree throw. Some substitutions getting ready. The clock is not moving, so at some point we're going to have to get more of an official time. Middle of the field, where it's cleared to midfield. Picked up by Braintree. And a rush down at the far side from McClory as he tries to use the middle of the field for Trotta, but the pass was off the mark. Cambridge working it back to their defense. Trapped down by Trotta. And Braintree down the far side. It goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Substitutions by both sides. And now Braintree will have the throw. Mead throwing it in. Right onto the leg of Carney as Cambridge escapes with the ball. So again, the clock is not currently running. We're scoreless, and I would guess somewhere under 14 minutes remaining here in the half. Far side of the field. Pretty good defense, and then a foul going on Cambridge. So Braintree will have a free kick. It looks like the Wamps will go back to the bench at the next whistle. So substitutions by both teams. First time into the game for Mike Ruffo as he's going to play defense as Dunphy comes off the field. And Gomes also entering the ball game. So Braintree has gone into their bench a little bit later than Cambridge had. As this one in on goal, and the keeper, Peterson, will play it out. Braintree upended, and a foul will come from that as Kennedy was taken down, the sophomore. So the clock is currently moving, and Braintree could not get that one flicked in the goal as they had a good opportunity. The clock is back up and running as we are under 12 minutes left in a scoreless game. Long pass up the field. Play is onside. Cambridge looking to make something happen. Far corner. It is Powers Lowry, and the ball is out of bounds for a Braintree throw-in. Middle of the field, open spot for a shot attempt. As the play looked like it was offside, somehow it was not. And Braintree able to fall on it. Somehow Cambridge got a player behind the last line of the Braintree defense. Zero-zero game here with 10:45 left in the first half. As this one in on goal, and Papatanakis will play it out. Long way left in this game, but Braintree for the most part has been the more dominant team. It has not translated over to a goal yet. But two teams at this stage, both fighting to make it into the playoffs with a prelim win. As the pass just out of the reach of McClory, who was open. And Kennedy could not work it past the last defender. As Gunning now will challenge, and Braintree comes away with the ball. As Puccillo has it knocked out of bounds, and Braintree will have a throw-in with 9:45 left. In the midst of a scoreless game, preliminary round matchup here in Division 1. Braintree and Cambridge. Obviously, not much familiarity between either side. But that is the way these tournaments now will be moving forward. It's going to be a lot of different teams that you are not used to. And it really opens the door up for potential upsets at some point. But obviously Braintree playing in a very tough Bay State conference. Record probably not showing as much as you would like here this season, but they have played and won some really big games this year. Just too many ties. Found themselves in a play-in game instead of already secured in a bye in the first round. As we have a change, substitution. Oh, that's a dangerous touch, and that was fortunate for Cambridge that Braintree could not collect. Seeing 3 or 4 really bad passes from Cambridge, and they have been really fortunate in this half that Braintree has not capitalized on one of these mistakes. You continue to make those mistakes, though, you're going to find yourself with a loss. As this one's played towards goal, and Papatanakis will kick it out using his foot this time. Did not even dare pick that one up. He just decided to play it out. Long run down the field, and it goes out of bounds. The signal is a goal kick. With 7:30 to go, we'll see Braintree's substitutions as the starting forwards will enter back into the game here for the remainder of this first half. Some good minutes off the bench. And what has been a well-played first half. Neither side has gotten a goal, and Braintree hoping that bringing in their substitution and their starters will help them out and get some offensive chances, as this one is played right on goal and an easy stop. So just 7 minutes left here in the first half. Winner go home. Playoff matchup here in the prelims. Braintree and Cambridge. Mike Waltham bringing the coverage. Again, we are live here on YouTube, as well as the BCAM TV station, channels 9 and 28, Verizon and Comcast. See if the Wamps can get something here late. Julian. And Gomes looked like he was hit in the face, and he gets the call. And the ref did not have to stop play. but they did continue it. I don't know if it was a shot to the nose or towards the eye, but something up in that area, and it looks like he's bleeding, so he's going to have to come off the field. So Braintree with substitutions. Final 5.5. We'll have some added time with the stoppage. Played towards the box, off the flick. And Smith now into the game for the first time. And Silva overrunning it as Cambridge looks to make some transition. A lot of blue shirts back for Braintree as they pile those jerseys back there. Do not want to give up one here late after being the more dominant team here in this first half. And a dangerous attempt, and Brandau really should not have done that. I understand what he was trying to do, but you really didn't need to. And they're actually going to give him a yellow card for that. It's not the time for the challenge there, as he was behind the player. And now it opens the door for a chance here for the free kick. So a chance here with just 4.5 remaining in the opening half, as the free kick getting set to be taken by Powers Lowry. As Braintree having to give the 10 yards, which they will right here. As it's played to the back post, loose in the middle of the field. Braintree cannot clear. Now the shot attempt, and they shot it wide inside the box. And Cambridge had the best opportunity of the game as they missed that shot. As much as you're applauding the effort there if you're a Cambridge fan, that's a shot you have to have on goal. You cannot afford to miss from that spot inside the box. Even if it didn't go in, you have to hit the goal in order to have a chance to score. But Braintree lucky, because that was not a chance that they should have even had. It was a bad challenge, and Braintree was given a yellow card. And now they're trying to make something happen here late in this opening half. Hopefully Braintree will learn from that miscue. But those are the kind of plays that, as the team that is favored, you obviously have the home game. Braintree, the higher seed, you have to give yourself an opportunity to win the game. As Cambridge diving, looking for a call, that's ridiculous. A player almost double the size going down that easily. And now the foul does go on Braintree. So 2:40 remaining. And another free kick as Braintree getting foul happy here late. Braintree's going to have a lot of things to talk about at halftime, and one of those things is going to be stop committing fouls. Opening the door for chances here late in a game that is scoreless. As the free kick heads towards the box. Loose on the far side, and Braintree not doing a good job of clearing as Meade with the bad pass. The shot was blocked, and Braintree nearly with the handball, and that was dangerous. Here's a chance, if they can work it, just out of the reach, as Smith was trying to thread the pass for Julian. So the official time down on the field. Probably see a little added stoppage time after the injury earlier on a bloody nose, I would presume. And Julian on the far side is out of bounds. Braintree wants some substitutions. I don't know if they will get them by the end of this half or not. There's not a ton of time left. And Braintree with another foul. Nobody covering the player here for Cambridge, but Braintree this time will clear it away. And all those white jerseys up. Cambridge playing a little bit dangerously here late. And Braintree could not capitalize as they had a chance 2-on-2 up the field, but the pass was not on target. You got to give credit, though, to the visitors taking a chance here late like that. Could have backfired, but they were trying to take their chance, hoping for a strike late. Cambridge has certainly leveled the playing field, but a big part of that has been they've gotten a handful of calls, including a couple of free kicks here on the Braintree side of the field. Here's Smith looking for a long pass up for Carneys. He tries to work past the defense, played all the way to the keeper, Peterson, as Peterson plays it back to the sideline. And Braintree now will have to defend. Again, they work it backwards. As Pachillo looked like he was upended, and there was no call there. So the physical play starting to pick up. Still have not heard an official time left. The clock has been stopped at 2 minutes for a while. Be nice to have at least a 1-minute warning. As Braintree comes away with the ball. Let's see if they can make something happen here in the final minute or so. Here comes Silva. Silva going one-on-one. Middle of the field. That's a nice pass. As Gunning works it back to Silva as they work it to the far side. A lot of room there for Meade. He's got 10 yards to work with. Over to Julian, and Julian has it taken off his foot. But Braintree strong on the ball, able to get it back. Braintree throwing here late. Are these substitutions going to come in? No. And the ref looking down at his watch. And the first half will come to a close. Had a feeling that was going to be the final whistle. And the first half is scoreless. 40 minutes in the books here at Braintree High School at Alumni Stadium. Preliminary round matchup between Cambridge and Braintree. And the winner will move on to face Newton North in the first round. But after 40 minutes, we have no score. We'll be back for second half action as you watch live here on BCAM TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Braintree High School here, start of the second half in the prelim game between Braintree and Cambridge. Mike Walsall here on the call, live here on YouTube, on BCAM. And a scoreless first half between the two teams. Braintree now looking to make some adjustments as this game remains scoreless. Cambridge with a couple of good chances late in the first half after a couple of Braintree fouls gave them good opportunities. But Braintree hoping for a better managed second half. Going to be more disciplined. Right now, one of the few things that has gone Cambridge's way has been a couple of good calls that have gone in their favor. Up the field as Cambridge looking for something here. a chance, and this one's deflected away for a corner kick. So a good opportunity will start here in the second half as we play just over a minute. And it will be an opportunity here for the visitors. So a chance for a corner kick. I believe Braintree had one corner kick in the first half. This is only the first one that we've seen from Cambridge. A low liner that Braintree clears to the sideline. And it goes out of bounds for a throw-in. As the throw goes towards the box, it's deflected into the goal, and that will count apparently, as Braintree pleading that should not count, and somehow it deflects in. And Cambridge has scored the game's first goal and was going to have some sort of a discussion here. I don't know if this will count or not. We're going to have a discussion first. And the two... And the goal is going to be waved off. No goal. So Cambridge was hoping to get the call, and the goal does not stand. They were saying that the ball was touched, and the referee overrules the play. The ball cannot go directly in on a... Braintree had to touch that one. As it's played out of bounds, so a huge call in this game. A little bit of a complaint from the Cambridge sideline, but not a ton. As the ball is deflected out of bounds, so Cambridge feeling slighted. Really have to get a good close look at that one. Obviously, we don't have the opportunity to look at it again while the game is live, but Braintree now has to lock in here and settle in to this game. And it's not the way you want to start a second half, giving up that kind of an opportunity. And Braintree fortunate to find themselves still scoreless. Cambridge had a good set play though, trying to sneak one in. And a game like this, like I said, one call could change the entire game, and that has been what has happened. Braintree getting a call to negate the goal. As unfortunate as it is for Cambridge, I think probably was the right call based on the referee's reaction. I don't think the referee that was looking at the play even saw what took place, and the head referee came over to overturn the call. He was looking more at where the throw was coming. As Braintree will clear it out. And this one sent towards goal and up and over the bar. So now if you are a Braintree player, you dodged a big bullet. Now it's the time to buckle in and really start to play some good soccer if you want to advance to the next round. There's a long way left in this game, but Braintree's got to be better here in the second half than they have started. As Carney loses control of that ball. And up the field, another long try here as Canavan trying to ward him off and does a nice job to win it away. Plays it in the middle of the field though, which is dangerous. Looking to switch it to the other side of the field, and it's out of bounds. As Braintree will throw it in quickly. Trying to get it up ahead for Julian. He taps it in front of him. Julian working up the field, and he's taken down. That should be a card. Right in front of the Braintree bench. That stopped a good rush up the field. Easily could have been a cardable offense. And we might see one. They're certainly going to see a speaking to, and he is going to get carded, and that is the right call. That was a bad foul from behind. And we saw Braintree carded for the exact same spot on a slide tackle attempt in the first half. And at least it's been consistent. So both sides now with one yellow card apiece. And Brandow will send this one in. Bent in towards the far side of the box. Long run for Kearney to get there. He does get to it first. A lot of space on this side of the field. Brandau is open, and they get it in his direction. Now he spins it to the middle. He's got room for a shot. Decides to toe pick it middle of the field, and it's Kearney looking for a left-footed shot, and he didn't get anything on it. Would have been better suited to try and let that go with his right foot, but wasn't able to get anything on it because he was backing up. Probably would have been better for Gunning to take that shot. He had a little bit more space as Meade sends it to the middle of the field. 34 minutes left here in an interesting second half that saw a negated goal from Cambridge. As play will continue. Until then, on a challenge, upending Silva. A lot of soccer left here in this game. So the yellow card was given to Billavogui, who is getting ready to check back in at the next break. Looking for Julian, and Julian, one-on-one, comes away with the ball. Looking to make a move, and he has it taken away. Then he comes back and takes it back. Both sides fighting for possession as Braintree wins it back. Far side of the field. Good strong run up there by Trotta. Neither side giving any space. Both sides fighting hard for the ball. This is exactly what you want to see in a playoff game. Neither side giving any edge. As it's played up the field. Looking for a handball is Cambridge. They're not going to get it. So a throw-in at midfield. And Braintree will get the throw-in. So a scoreless game, 32 minutes left. And one goal may win this game. We'll find out. Double deflection off the back of the defender. And now Meade with the strong header as both sides exchange headers. And Braintree called for the foul. So Cambridge will allow themselves to find some space as they look for the free kick. Middle of the field, off the header, still loose in front, and it's capitalized in front of the goal. This time it counts. And Cambridge has scored the game's first goal here with 31 minutes left in the game. Braintree just too lackadaisical here in the second half, giving up way too much space. And that is Billavogui, who scored the goal, I believe. Braintree playing from behind. In danger now. They need a goal here to tie this up. And Braintree's going to have to make something happen here. Certainly not what you wanted to see. You did not want to fall behind in this game. Obviously, in a winner-take-all game, this could be the final game Braintree plays here this season. As Silva trying to make something happen. And what is the call? Looks like it's going to be a foul just outside the box. There wasn't really that much of a demonstrative call. And the foul was just outside the penalty box. Otherwise, it would have been a PK. So Braintree with an opportunity here.
10 yards! Come on, ref! 10 yards!
So the 10 yards will be marked off. And the players obviously trying to get a competitive advantage. As Braintree with two different players in front of the goalie, trying to make something happen. As this one pinballs in towards goal, and a Braintree foul inside the box.
A goal for Cambridge, Rindge and Latin was scored by number 6, Ashraf Ilwazozi.
So 29-20 left here in the ball game. It'll be sent out. Silva sends it to the far side of the field. A foul, which will give Braintree possession. So the ball will be taken, free kick right around the 32-yard line here on the Alumni Stadium turf. As Braintree's gotten a couple of free kicks since the goal.
Get some buddies up there. We're losing.
Braintree sends a couple of extra defenders up the field looking for an advantage in front. Nobody getting a piece yet, as it's cleared to the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. So Braintree packing it in, trying to make something happen on offense, down a goal.
Go down the line.
Cambridge looking for a clear. It's Carney coming away with the ball as he slips it over for Silva. As Silva is double teamed, he swings it to the far side. It's a good ball, and it's headed away by Cambridge. As Silva comes in and wins away the slide tackle. He got the ball first, and the referee seeing something different apparently. It is a challenge from behind, but he did get the ball first. Cambridge going quick with it. The Braintree season potentially with just 27 minutes left. They need a goal to tie it up. Long way to go though in this one, and Braintree's going to have to try and get creative here as Cambridge clears it out of bounds. They're not taking chances, and Braintree will get a chance on the offensive side of the field. Carney cuts it back. And the pass is overrun. As Brandau now looking to bend this one inside the box and has it taken off his foot. Far side of the field as Cambridge with some space and a long run up the field. Braintree's going to defend here 1-on-2 as Canavan coming in, and he gets knocked off the ball. And which way is the call going? Is it a corner kick or a goal kick? I still have not seen a call. Looks like a corner kick. So substitution here on the corner kick with an opportunity here for Cambridge, who has a 1-0 lead. As the shot attempt pinballs, second chance, and they score. A second strike, And Cambridge has jumped ahead 2-0 here on the road. And Braintree has just not had it here in the second half. They were certainly the better team in the first half, but things have very quickly changed. And with 25-24, Braintree now trails 2-0 after a second goal. And we will take a break in the action as there's a timeout on the field. Play resuming after the timeout by Braintree. They trail 2-0. And Braintree's got some work to do here in this second half, as they now trail by 2. 2 goals in this half by Cambridge that have really changed the complexion of this game. And Braintree's season on the line. Gotta get one. Still got time, but try and set yourself a timeline here. Try and get one by 14, 15 minutes left or so. So give yourself about 10 minutes to get one. And then that'll give yourself 14 minutes or so to get one more. Can't expect to score 2 in a hurry, but Braintree's got to start to get the ball on the other side of the field. They spent way too much time in their own end here in the second half. Cambridge right now has all the momentum in this game. There's a shot in towards the goal, and Papatanakis had to just click that one over the bar. That was going in had he not gotten a piece of that, as that shot was right on goal. Sent out by Papatanakis. Braintree's best players got to be their best players now, as Carney with a quick turn with the ball, and then he gets taken down and gets the call against him. So 23-20 left. Braintree out of timeouts. The speed here in the second half has really caused some problems for Braintree up at the forward position. So Gajam and Bilavogui with the goals for Cambridge here in this second half. Gotta want it if you're Braintree, giving up a lot of these 50-50 balls. Played all the way back to the defense. As it is cleared towards the sideline. And now it is Brandau. As Brandau with the pass. Back over for Silva. As the 2 exchange passes. And Brandau looking to go down that sideline. Looking across, and it goes out of bounds for a Braintree throw-in. So now would be a good time for Braintree to have a set play. As we see substitutions, as McClory comes in. Braintree needs offense now, and in a hurry. They need 2 strikes just to force a tie. And the ball is out of bounds. This one is cleared out. And Braintree comes away with possession. Silva continuing it up the field. Cuts across. Middle for Julian. Nice touch for McClure, but it was broken up, and now Braintree able to steal it back. Need the ball here. For Braintree, here is Carney. As Carney trying to close it off, and he's called for another foul. His second time called here in the second half in the last couple minutes. Not letting much of the hand fighting going. So Braintree will need a soccer ball here as they get ready for the throw-in here with just 20 minutes left in the ball game. Nice cut as Carney looking for the pass to the middle of the box. Somebody's got to go for the ball if you're Braintree. And Richards with the size advantage, creating some problems there for Trotta. Down up the field, and play is about 5 yards offside. So 19:15 with the clock on the move. Off the free kick. And sent towards the goal. It's bobbled by the keeper, and Braintree could not pounce on it. As it's cleared back up. And Braintree now will get another offside. So another Braintree free kick. Still a lot of soccer left, but 18 minutes could go by quickly. A lot of time being used here. Seventeen and a half left. Braintree trailing 2-0. Looking to kill some clock is Cambridge, and this shot to the far side of the field. Long run, and it's going to go out of bounds. Braintree to the far side of the field. And it's played back towards the midfield mark. And a foul that will give Braintree possession. So the Wamps need 2 goals in order to tie this game up. And they have a free kick As this one is sent towards the box. It's loose inside the area as both sides scrambling around, and Braintree could not get to it. So 15:45 as the shot was wide of the goal, and it will be a goal kick. So Braintree looking for something here. And Julian with the ball. He's right now double teamed. And Braintree needs something right now in a hurry. They're approaching that 15-minute mark. I was hoping they'd have a goal around this time. But if they don't get one soon, you're really playing with some fire. It's going to be tough to get two if you don't get one soon. As it's played down the field, long run, as it's going towards the corner flag. As the ball is out of bounds, and the throw in for the visitors, as they will take a substitution. So it is a throw-in on the far side of the field. As the header inside the box goes wide, and it is a goal kick. Braintree season hinging right now on 2 goals. Giving up 2 here in the second half. Early in the second half. As the long pass up the field, looking for McClory. He's going to use his speed in the box for the shot attempt of Carney, and the shot was stopped. So Braintree creating an opportunity, and that's something they're going to need a lot more of here in the final 13 and change, plus maybe some added time. As the foul going on Cambridge this time. Header by Braintree, trying to make something happen here. They need something to go their way. Quick turn for Cambridge. Far side of the field as the shot goes to the near side now. And that is going to be offside. Gunning was pushed in the back as play continues up the field. 12 minutes left. Here's Carney with Brandau to his left. Uses the middle of the field, gets the ball back. Trying to cut through the defenders as Carney fires the shot and it's blocked. He's looking to shoot whenever possible, which Braintree should have been doing more of here as this game had gone on. They take until desperation mode now to get some shots off. As Julian is tripped up on the far side of the field, it'll be a Braintree free kick. as this one is sent towards goal and it goes wide. Just 10:40 remaining in this game. Over midfield it goes, as Cambridge now is going to get another call in their favor, as Braintree with another slide tackle from behind. A lot of time being used here, and the free kick pinballs towards the sideline, and it goes out of bounds off of Braintree. Just 9:40 remaining, as Braintree still down a pair of goals. As Braintree is able to head it away. You got to start sending some players up the field now if you're Braintree, as Carney able to get past the defense. And McClory could not get that one to stay with him, as he comes in with the shoulder and commits the foul. Braintree's season right now with not much hope left. Scoreless first half, but 2 early strikes in the first 15 minutes. The difference in this game to this point. Middle of the field, as it's trapped down by Julian. Julian trying to get past the defender, and he's fouled. Sending most of their defenders up there as they take the free kick. It's sent towards the box. It is headed away by Cambridge, and they have just been so strong on the final line of defense. They just have not given Braintree many looks in close. Braintree had their chances in the first half. Can't really say the same here in the second half. They really have not had many good opportunities to score. And they have a corner kick now. If you don't score here, this game's probably pretty close to being over. You have to take your chance. Got to capitalize. A rare corner kick here in this game. 7.5 left. Silva bends it to the middle of the box. McClory puts it on goal, and it stays out. Rebound, and it's cleared to the far side and wide of the goal, as Braintree's chance was there, and McClory got a head on it, and it stayed out. And that was the chance Braintree wanted. I had said that they had to score there, and they tried to, just could not get it past the keeper, who went into a dive and kept it out. And then Julian punched it just wide with the foot. So Braintree's best chance of the game comes right there, and unfortunate for them that they could not put it in the net, still needing 2 strikes. There is Brandow with Braintree in desperation mode. Towards the sideline, they get that ball deflected out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in, as Brandow quickly fires it in, and not a chance there. Might be one of the final chances Braintree has left in them, with just 6 minutes left. Cambridge hungry on the ball, taking the shot, and it pinballs wide. Short kick. As Cambridge plays it to the near sideline. Picked up by Silva. Silva trying to go one-on-one. And it is a shoulder play by Carney to keep the ball in Braintree's hands. Could have easily been a foul, but play continues. Strong work by Carney, coming all the way back from his forward spot to make that play. He's not giving up. Need a cross here if you're Braintree, and no foul coming. Five minutes left here in the ball game, and Braintree needs the ball. And again, play is offside. Off the header. Braintree still looking for something offensively. Official time on the clock is going to be kept by the referees as the clock stops with 5 minutes here in the second half. Trapped down by Mead. And Braintree with the giveaway. A lot of standing around right now by Braintree. As Cambridge again is offside. Every time Cambridge has been offside, they can't believe the call. Well, they're up 2 goals, and this game obviously pretty close to being out of reach. I don't think you're really too concerned with that. As it's bent towards the box, the chance from Carney in front, he scores! And Braintree makes it a 2-1 game here in the final minutes. This one's not over yet. And Carney with the strike has given Braintree a glimmer of hope. I have not heard an official time with how much time is left in this game. And just under a minute left is the official word, as they're going to try and just play the ball into the Braintree end. And Braintree needs the ball back. As it's played out of bounds, and now Braintree will throw it in. They need to get the ball down the field to make something happen. As it's cleared off of Braintree, and that is going to be a killer as the ball is going to go out of bounds. And the final seconds here of this game are starting to drain off the clock. Took too late for Braintree to get one. I talked about getting one by that 15 minute mark. It took too long to give themselves a chance for 2. As the ball is played out of bounds, Braintree will get the throw. As Silva fires it down the field, last glimmer of chance. As Braintree needs the ball. They have not had it. As now it is the middle of the field and the final whistle here at Braintree High School as the Braintree season comes to an end here at home in the preliminary round matchup with Cambridge. A 2-1 defeat. Tough loss here today, but Braintree just didn't have enough in the second half. 2 goals early in the second half, and it took till the final minute to get one. And Kearney's goal too late in this game as Braintree drops it 2-1. The season comes to a close, and a frustrating season here for Braintree, a season that they deserve better from. But too many tight games that didn't go their way, too many one-goal losses or ties that really put them in a vulnerable spot. And the end of the season comes here for Braintree. The only goal scored by Kearney for Braintree here in this one came in the final minute. But Braintree's season comes to a close, and now just 2 remaining Braintree teams left in the postseason. Football will be playing Franklin, and field hockey will be playing against Wellesley. So tough one here today as the Braintree season comes to a close. Thanks for watching our live stream broadcast here on BCAM TV. And it is Cambridge to move on. 2-1, the winners. They will face Newton North in the first round matchup as the season has ended for Braintree. 2-1 the final. On behalf of our camera person here today, Christine Patterson, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next season.